The crew of the guided missile destroyer USS Carney, operating in the northern Red Sea earlier today, shot down 3 land attack cruise missiles and several drones that were launched by Houthi forces in Yemen. This action was a demonstration of the integrated air and missile defense architecture that we have built in the Middle East and that we are prepared to utilize whenever necessary to protect our partners and our interests in this important region. There were no casualties to U.S. forces and none that we know of to any civilians on the ground.
The Israeli military resumed its ferocious bombardment of Gaza after the briefest of breaks during President Biden's visit here yesterday. Gaza's health ministry says the death toll has soared to nearly 4,000, if it hasn't topped that already, as they count the bodies recovered by the moment. Hundreds of thousands of people have fled to escape the aerial onslaught and find food and shelter ahead of Israel's anticipated ground offensive. Trucks carrying aid lined up in a traffic jam on Egypt's side of the border with Gaza may be ready to roll after a UN-brokered deal to allow 20 trucks to cross into Gaza.
Upon his arrival in Israel on Thursday, UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak declaring his unwavering support. First up for Sunak was a meeting with Israeli President Isaac Herzog. Then he was off to meet his Israeli counterpart, Benjamin Netanyahu. At a joint press conference in West Jerusalem, Netanyahu thanked Sunak and made clear how essential it is to have his backing. On Sunak's agenda, an attempt to de-escalate the conflict, ensure the delivery of humanitarian aid to the Gaza Strip, and see that British nationals trapped in Gaza are able to get out.
The Pentagon's latest report on China's military power reveals alarming developments in Beijing's nuclear capabilities and strategic maneuvers. Released on Thursday, the report indicates that China is surpassing earlier projections in rapidly expanding its nuclear weapons arsenal. There are concerns that China is drawing lessons from Russia's actions in Ukraine, possibly shaping its approach to a conflict over Taiwan. Of particular concern is the potential development of a new intercontinental missile system by China, which could utilize conventional arms to threaten targets in the continental United States, Hawaii, and Alaska.
Two boats carrying illegal migrants on Wednesday were intercepted by a Senegalese Navy patrol off the coast of Senegal. 338 migrants, which included many young people, were then forcibly returned to the Dakar naval base. With the number of attempted migrant crossings to Europe rising in recent months, Senegal's Navy has stepped up its boarding and rescue operations targeting illegal migrants.
U.S. soldier Travis King, who ran into North Korea in July, has been charged by the Army with crimes ranging from desertion to solicitation of child pornography. That's according to documents obtained by Reuters. King returned to U.S. soil in September after being detained for more than 2 months. The Army has since stayed quiet about whether King would face disciplinary action. Details are still scarce about King's treatment in North Korean custody.